I'm a repeat offender to myself.
You like to talk.
Alright, this is Rudy presents CaRoLeeN on the Scene. I'm CaRoLeeN Stewart. We are live at Tribeca Tap House in Tribeca, New York. And I'm here with rising star DaViD MaRTiNeZ. How you doing tonight?
Good, thank you for that.
No problem. So obviously music plays a huge factor in your life. Who was your inspiration?
My dad. Well, he's the one who taught me, and I always watched him play for his friends in the backyard, and I was like, I want to do that one day. so I finally figured it out. So he was but then again, there were also bands like Kiss and Guns N' Roses and things like that. Bob Dylan, Beatles, Stones. That was a lot of the inspiration.
Right. Now, being the #1 alternative artist in Corpus Christi, Texas, where you're born and raised, is actually quite impressive. So, what was your response to the news via ReverbNation.com?
Well, it just shows that the hard work that Lady Lake, Cindy D'Adamo, and Jen Andahar do for me. They go out there relentlessly, push my music, and I do the same thing. We work both ways, so. And plus, I get out there and play live a lot, so that kind of in itself, helps me out as far as I think I attribute them to being a big reason why that was.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, in 2005, I've done my research. Let's say that was pretty much the catapult of your career, where you started your first album with a very special friend, if I'm saying it correctly, Jimmy Wilden.
Jimmy Wilden.
Wilden, excuse me. Now, how did you two meet?
Oh, well, we did the open mics together at this place called the Executive Surf Club in Corpus, and that's pretty much my home base, Executive Surf Club. So it's just we just decided one day, let's go on tour, and people thought we were crazy, but we still did it anyway, and that was so I recorded some songs with him, and then we took off on the road.
Okay. Now, you've actually toured a lot in this country, and what was probably the best or the worst tour moments that you've had?
Oh, it just depends. Like, the best moments, I would say, I've gone to the West Coast, I met a lot of great people, and but when I came east last year, that was like, I had never experienced anything like that, from meeting friends and meeting new friends in Connecticut, going to Rhode Island, hanging out here in New York City. There's a lot of fodder out here in New York City for writing. I know you know that.
Yeah.
Los Angeles too, but New York's it's just such a historic city, and that was a big thing for me last year.
Right.
So now the worst thing.
Thanks a lot, man. Hey,
Sound really good. Paul, nice to meet you.
Hey, dude, I wanna would you ever let anyone cover that song?
Absolutely.
That Tribeca song?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because we live in Lower Manhattan, and my kids are artists.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great song. Really good song.
Thank you.
I really like it. This is the number. I think I have one business card in here.
That's the great thing about New York City. You get a lot of connections.
We all roll with the duct tape wallets.
We go with the duct tape wallets, man.
Yeah, this is my wallet right here.
There you go.
Where are you from?
Corpus Christi, Texas.
I'm glad. Hey, he's our first road act in the L Route, baby. The first road act we've had here.
All right, what's your name?
Reed Watson.
All right.
Paul Berchese.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Go Google search Paul Berchese when you get home.
No problem. We'll definitely put that on the page.
There you go.
I'm gonna go back down there in a second.
Check it out.
Yeah.
I like your stuff a lot, man. It's really cool.
I got an album down there.
Really? Will you give it to me?
Yeah. You got it.
Running and playing.
Yeah?
I'll get both of y'all.
Playing in between acts.
So where are you going? Are you playing every city you go to?
No, I'm just hanging here in New York City. I'm gonna go do the open mic at Common Ground.
Oh, cool.
So call me up.
Cool. The last song you did, I like too, actually.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
And that's the fun thing about New York City. We're very spontaneous,
I know,
we?
and I can't argue with that. It's great. That Tribeca thing was just. I came and hung out with a friend last year in Tribeca, me and my friend Mark, and that's where I kind of got the line. It wasn't done because of this. It was just.
Right. Now, speaking of little well-known, South by Southwest, which is a festival in Texas, is actually quite remarkable. Just the name alone. Now, what was your experience with working at South by Southwest?
It has opened so many doors. I've met so many great people from all over the country, all over the world actually. And started, but you're able to get out there and get your name out there.
Nice.
Because we all know it's about networking.
Absolutely. Now, your second album, which is a sophomore album, which is called One More Time, which is actually getting quite a buzz lately since it's on iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby. Now, you actually had a good amount of well-known friends on this album that helped you, produced it.
Well, that was the first record.
Okay.
The second record, I worked with Leroy Miller on both records. The first record, he had Kay McGee come in. His dad is Jerry McGee of Ventures. And, so he's toured. He's played with many bands like Radford and bands like that. Been signed. Leroy's been signed twice. He was in a band called Hog, and toured the country with Smash Mouth. And then we have Adam McDougal from the Black Crowes played keyboard, and we had a couple of other people that play on the record.
Nice. Now, out of all the places you played, including the legendary Viper Room in California, what would have to be your favorite in this great old land?
My favorite place to play? That's really a hard question, but one of my favorite places to play is in Seattle.
Seattle?
I love it out there, but you know what? Tonight, this album
might be a new homeboy from home.
Yeah, new homeboy. I have to say this one was probably the best and most responsive. But I'm not taking anything away from any of the other cities, because Viper Room's good, Austin's always good, Seattle's great. All those cities are great.
All right, now Rue couldn't make it because she's playing at Ella Lounge right now, but she sends her love.
I send my love to her too.
I think you know the traditional question. What's your skeleton in the closet? Just for Rue.
My skeleton in the closet. Wow.
If you have one.
Well, no. Last year, I remember she asked me this question last year. We ended up getting away from the cops. We weren't going to say anything about it, but we said, all right, it was in the Hamptons. Skeleton in the closet. I have to say that I was pretty mischievous when I was in college, and
well, aren't we all?
yeah. But let's just say that I did something I wasn't supposed to, and I got away with it. But it wasn't a crime.
Well, we'll leave it at that.
Yes, not a crime.
We'll leave it at that. Two more questions. One would have to be, since this is CaRoLeeN on the Scene, to compare and contrast the scene of Corpus Christi, Texas, and New York City. Do you like them both equally, or which one is better?
Well, I like New York City because I love Corpus Christi, and I love my friends and family, and everybody goes and supports me. But New York's established. I mean, you got some of the greatest acts ever to come out from here. Like Lou Reed, Ryan Adams is from here. Who's here? Ben Queller's been out here. It's New York City by far is probably the best place I've ever played. So I can't. New York's up there by all.
All right. So any last shout outs or?
I'd like to send a shout out to Lady Lake Rue, Lady Lake Cindy and Jan. Thank you so much. I'd like to send a shout out to my friend Donna Bailey, who couldn't be here today. She'll be at one of my next shows, and I'd like to send a shout out to you. Thank you, and the L Room for having me, and all my friends back home in Corpus Christi.
Aw. All right. So pretty much you did everything on your own, with pretty much 1,200 likes on Facebook and etc. What would be advice you would give to someone that's just starting out?
Build relationships. Build relationships. I got an example the other day. A lot of people, a lot of artists, they get fired up about their music. They make videos, or they just blast their links to people instead of going like, "Hey, how you doing today? How's it going?" And then you talk. And basically that's what I do. I just talk to people on Twitter, Facebook, and then they go, "Oh, you do music too? Yeah, check it out." And
it sneaks in there.
But the thing is too, my thing is, it's a strategy, but it's also it can be looked at as like that. But it's like I'd rather get to know people. I mean, I don't want to push my music on anybody. I mean, I think if they get to know me, then they'll go listen if they want to. And, it was kind of like one of my friends at Sales told me the other day. It's like just going and throwing all your products to somebody and saying, "Check it out," instead of going, "Hey, how's it going?" Selling yourself.
All right, you heard it here first. So this is Ruin who presents CaRoLeeN on the Scene. We're live at Tribeca Tap Tavern in New York City. We're gonna keep the scene alive. Thank you so much, David.